Easter only comes once a year, but for Shannon Wallace, the art of writing Pie-Sync eggs knows no season.
I love the geometry of it, and it changes every egg. You know, you're drawing on a round surface, so it's weird in that respect.
Shannon began crafting Pie-Sync eggs, a Ukrainian art that dates back to pagan times in the 90s, when a fellow teacher showed her the technique.
No two are the same. And I would get bored, I think, and I love that I can get inspiration from anywhere. I can do traditional designs, oh, squirrel. And then suddenly I'm doing, you know, I see someone post an egg and I'm like, oh, those colors. And then I'll go into a theme where I'm just doing these 3 colors for a while, and then I see the next best thing, whether it's a Zentangle.
Now, the student has become the teacher, creating masterpieces on shells as her full-time job and conducting classes to hook others on the ancient craft.
I really should have a badge that says Crazy Egg Lady, and I really should wear it to the grocery store. I never have more than 2 dozen eggs open at once, but I go and I touch all of them, and then I go, and sometimes on a bad day I go through 12 dozen eggs to get 1 dozen that I want.
Using shells of all shapes and sizes from a variety of feathered friends, each egg presents a unique canvas.
I am creating this star design, and if I wanted to have the star be white, I would wax on this next, but I'm gonna make this blue and yellow egg, kind of mimic this. So it kind of stays in the dye until it's the color that you want it to be. And then I dry it off. It's delicate, but they're strong. Like, eggs are amazingly well engineered. The traditional Kiska would be a candle-heated Kiska, but these are electric Kiska, and they give an even temperature, so they're an even flow of wax. So I'm going to color on the lines where I want it to stay yellow. It's beeswax with a little bit of dye in it, and the beeswax is sticky, and so it adheres to the egg.
Layers of wax and dye make the big reveal a big surprise every time. Shannon is not Ukrainian by blood, but feels a strong connection and has many friends in Ukraine. So she has been giving back in any way she can during the current unrest in the country.
I've had people in Ukraine that will write to me on Instagram and say, thank you for writing this egg. So even just the act of creating the egg is like a little action that can be done. And some people will pray when they do it, or you put the symbols that stand for certain things.
She has also made monetary donations and connects with other artists who love the art form and are looking to support their Ukrainian friends and artists.
Ukrainian trezub, which is the national symbol of Ukraine, their trident. You know, anything sunflower and blue and yellow that I can do right now is where I'm at. It's very meditative for me. I find this very soothing.
In Exeter, New Hampshire, some Pie-Sync eggs are being written in a completely different way.
And usually we just start by, well, I start by putting down a dot and seeing kind of where it takes me. We're using 2 basic techniques. One is to apply paint after we've already done the mold, and the other way is to actually carve into it.
La Cascade du Chocolat is a small shop looking to make a big difference.
We first started off with, Tom had found this mold, which is actually designed by a Ukrainian chocolatier, which is a heart, and he's painted it the colors of the Ukrainian flag, and we filled it with a hazelnut gianduja, which is reminiscent of a particular cake that is very popular over there.
It was from there that the egg idea hatched.
One idea kind of blossomed into a total right now of 25 eggs that are like my children, very special to me. Yeah, there was a lot of time and effort put into each one, and we're hoping to raise a lot of money with them. Each egg has been taking me between 2 and 2.5 hours to do, just the carving part. And these, of course, you're gonna smash and eat because they're chocolate.
Co-owner Anna Nash knows the funds raised will go directly to help those in need.
My family and I immigrated in 1990, along with a lot of other Russian refugees from Ukraine. My mother's brother stayed with his family there. It's just a nice nod to the culture of Ukraine specifically, and it's a good way to raise awareness and hopefully a decent amount of funds for donations. You know, we'll figure out where they're most needed because every day something changes.
It's been very, very interesting and very fun to try to figure it out. I am not like a trained artist, so for me, it's been kind of well, when artists always say, I just kind of see what comes out of I understand that now.